Hi Sébastien. Thanks. Hi Sébastien. After the match in Palencia, you said you need to work on details and on the defense. How does the team look ahead on this game against an offensive team like the Lusitanos?
Last week we make a lot of individual mistakes in defense. Today we need to be all together connected, and we need to go forward to stop the Lusitanos in their half, because it's a very good offensive team and we need to reduce their decision-making time.
Okay, thank you. So, hi Simon, another good challenge this weekend against the Brussels Devils. What aspects of the team have impressed you this week, and what kind of performance are you expecting from the Lusitanos today?
This has been going to be an adventure for us to continue our development of our very young players in Portugal. It's an exciting experience for them to travel to Belgium to play this game. We know it's not going to be the same team the Devils put out last week in Spain, so it's going to be a very tough and very physical encounter for us today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So let's take a look at the Brussels Devils team then. Welcome everybody. Great to have you company for this one. It is round 2 of the Rugby Europe Super Cup and a much changed lineup for the Devils. In fact, it's only really Philip Geraghty who moves from 7 to 8, who keeps his place. He's going to captain the team. He's in a back row with Yoko and Gerard. A couple of players promoted from the bench. As for Lusitanos, well, they've made a change at 15. Thomas Marques comes in for Nuno Sousa Guedes, and Lecce on the right wing comes in for Max Coutts as well. But the front row pretty much keep their place. Vicente replaced by Lopes, and Guilherme Costa comes in for David Wallish. Almeida moves from 6 to 7. Vasco Batista is the captain. And we are standing by for what should be an excellent game. Lusitanos looking to make it 2 from 2. Brussels Devils well, they are looking to bounce back from what was a pretty heavy defeat to the Spanish side last week. And here come the teams. To a great reception as well. Very proud rugby history in Belgium. But they might be up against it today. 2 very different approaches in terms of the approach for this Rugby Europe Super Cup. The Portuguese team, well, they're investing in these young players, giving them the opportunity to play together. Brussels Devils, well, they are going to use as many players as they can, give them all an opportunity to play at a high level. But the team's lined up. Before we get underway, time for some anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to hold 1 minute of applause for Warren Abrahams, the coach of the Belgian Sevens team that tragically passed away during a tournament in Kenya.
That's a moment's silence in memory of Warren Abrahams. Passed away suddenly on the 10th of October whilst coaching at the Safari Sevens tournament in Kenya, aged just 43. He is a man who's coaching senior players, young players all around the world, left a huge, huge imprint on the rugby landscape. And he will be sorely missed as a man, as a family man, and as a rugby man. And today, these players have acknowledged a moment's silence. Will play in his honour, a man who truly loved the game. I mean, some of the internationals that he coached and left an imprint on, the likes of Marcus Smith and Kyle Sinclair, was head coach of the Wales women's team as well. As well as the elite level. He's also involved in grassroots and progressing nations and just getting people involved in rugby. So quite apt that here at the Rugby Europe Super Cup he is remembered and acknowledged. So Brussels Devils are going to get us underway. They're in the black jerseys with the thin white hoops. The Portuguese, Lusitanos, they are in the red. Can they go 2 from 2? Or can the Brussels Devils spring a surprise? Really looking forward to this one. When we eventually get it underway. Brussels Devils getting us started. It is round 2 of the Rugby Europe Super Cup, and a fantastic take for the Belgian side to get their hands on it immediately. Perfect start. A chance for some big ball carriers to get going. Scrivens in for Felix Riffon today in at scrum half. One of the many changes to this starting 15, and already looking for some space on the edge. Working from right to left and trying to get round the outside. And making good ground. Can they get the gain line with the big carriers? No, it's a huge hit from the Portuguese. Expect them to really go after that physical battle today. Pedro Ferreira, one of the locks who's kept their place, will be dishing it. Absolutely huge body. Vasco Lay off his wing, making a tackle in the head guard there. Minute on the clock. It's been all Devils in possession, but after that bright start, they've started to leak some meters. Francisco Almeida, one of the full internationals who's in the team today, really rushing out of the line. Good defensive hustle from Lusitanos. That was Oscar van Boxelare, starting this week, on the bench last week. Seppe Verelst. The Devils need to find a way to exit here because they are going backwards. Well, having caught that ball on the Portuguese 10-metre line, they went through double figures worth of phases, lost 20 metres, and then coughed up the knock-on, so it'll be red ball at the scrum. Really good defensive pressure, wasn't it? Tomasz Imado. So the front row's packing down for the first time. Basile van Parijs, Van Sonthausia and Seppe Verelst at 1, 2 and 3 for the Devils. Luis Lopes, Pedro Santiago Lopes and Jose Lavosh, 1, 2 and 3 for the men in red. Some big old roosters packing down in that front row. And the first touch then for Lusitanos in attack. Aubrey waits at 10. Here's March. Amazing runner going around the outside. Tomasz March. Oh, ball on the ground, but he's managed to keep it in field. Next is Duarte Nunes. He's lost it in contact, and Brussels Devils survive. But how about that from Tomasz March? First real dart for him. Got a habit of creating top-class 15s, haven't they? Think about the likes of Nuno Sousa Guedes, who actually played last week, didn't he? And Pedro Cabral, another. But interestingly, Brussels Devils not only win the penalty at scrum time, it's a little bit of back chat from the Lusitanos front row. And then march 10 metres. That'll do nicely. Left-footed boot to touch towards that full stand. And our first look at the line-out. A little bit of breeze out there, not too much. As I mentioned before, the conditions pretty good for the time of year. You never know what you're getting in October in European games. Could be low sunshine, could be howling rain. That's a lovely start. Great dart from Torzia. Little chip into no man's land. Good chase here from the Devils, but if you come up that quickly, you've got to match it because Lusitanos will try and get in behind. Van Boxelare begging for defenders out to the left-hand side, but they don't need them because they've won the penalty. Great hustle from Devils, getting over that ball, winning that turnover. Now, the decision to make, is it posts and points? Is it ambition for the corner? No. Not looking a gift horse in the mouth here. Maxence Nicolas. On kicking duty today. Hamstrings must be pretty stiff with all that tape ready to keep him together. Or maybe it'll give his kicking boot a bit of extra fizz. The first real chance at points for Brussels Devils. Maxence Nicolas sends it towards the goal, and it is good. 6 minutes gone, Brussels Devils open the scoring, much to the delight of the home fans. They take the lead. That's a high-hanging restart, one for Jordan Lee Bacon to chase. And Lusitanos have won that ball back, so 2 kickoffs, both where the kicking team have managed to get the ball back. God, it's a gorgeous line by Bacon. Bacon finds the pass, March for the corner, again can't get there, this time runs out of pitch. But no, he's found the corner and touched it down. Well, he threatened to do it with his first touch, but Thomas Marques has done it with his second. Dives to the corner. A move that was started and added to by Jordan Lee Bacon. Watch this line to get in behind. The 2-on-1 perfectly executed, and Thomas Marques looked like he'd been hustled out, but he was strong enough to get through Van Boxolare. Great finish. Really good balance, beating 2 defenders. And an immediate response for Lusitanos. Tough kick from the touchline. Oh, he's hit the beans on toast. The Brussels Devils open the scoring immediately. Lusitanos respond. 8 minutes gone, 8 points on the board. 3 of them to Brussels Devils, 5 of them to Lusitanos. Another high-hanging restart. This time it's a good claim by Duarte Nunes. He lands and gets those legs pumping. Luis Lopes clatters into Belgian defenders. That was Vasconcelos helping it on. And the men in red having a lot of joy up that left flank. The referee spotting a little knock on the floor. So last scrum resulted in a penalty. Devils. What's this one got in store? Tim Scrivens. Oh, Basile Van Paris thought he'd done enough on Jose Lavoche there. Referee disagreeing, and we'll have a reset instead. And another penalty. Brussels Devils really having their way at scrum time. Completely changing the front row. Basile Van Paris, Vincent Tozua and Seppi Verelst coming in for Luca Desplechin, who was on the loose head last time out. Aster van Nieuwenhoven was at hooker, and Maxime Jadot was at tight head. This pack having a grand time. Not making a great touch though, still 30 metres between them and the line. The set piece moving very nicely indeed. Scrivens waiting, but the maul doing its job at the moment. That's the 22 that you can see there. And this stun maul by the Belgians. Watch Batista try and swim through the number 8. Referee finally saying that that's moved, but oh, Lusitanos might have killed this ball. Yes, they have. You see Pedro Ferreira, it's both locks actually. Nunes 4, Ferreira 5. They've fallen on that ball. And that is the big risk, that if you are going to continue with the maul, if you are going to leave the ball in there, the opponents, if they get on the correct side, then they've not got to get themselves off the ball. They kill the ball, and they get the put in at the scrum. Well, the home fans, though, pretty sure they'll be relatively pleased with this. They'd have liked some points there, but they're 2 from 2 in terms of scrum pens at the moment. They can pick up another one here, the opportunity at 3 points. Either way, the ball's going to be coming back to them. But in typical Lusitanos style, they have shown that they will have a go from anywhere. They have got pace to burn, and they will absolutely cause you problems. Timothy Devosh there, wearing 11, defending the edge. He's come in this week for Thomas Nellis. Big scrum this for the Portuguese side. Vasco Batista, the captain, carries hard from the base, straight down the channel of the number 10. Oh, beautiful feet, but Brussels Devils stay in the fight. Driven low on the clearance kick, and oh, that really is well played. Oh, pure class from Oscar van Boxelari. Did not want that ball to go into touch. Might have run his team into trouble. Vasco Lai chasing that. Oh, it's just spewing out everywhere here, and this is where Devils ran themselves into trouble at the start of the game and could be running themselves into trouble here. They've got no real kick exit strategy until Scrivens sends up the box kick. Leaves that infield, which is dangerous, with the try scorer March with space to attack. Almeida helps it out to the edge. Vasconcelos is quick and powerful. Speed bumps the first defender. Lopes. So much more zip about this Lusitanos attack, and Jordan Lee Bacon. Referee's arm was out there for penalty advantage. Emado. Little chip into space, but there are Brussels Devils bodies back there. But we'll go back for the penalty. Offer, but Lusitanos want more. Hungry for meat pies. Line out good. Pedro Santiago Lopes hits his man. Oh, takes his position, but oh, it's an infringement. Lusitanos preventing Brussels Devils competing for the ball. And again, they fluffed their lines inside the Brussels Devils 22. They did it with a scrum earlier. They've done it with a line out there. Oh, goodness me. And that kick, just about finding touch after Vasco lie. So let's take a look at this now. There's the receiver. Just watch as they go down. Yes, it is Luis Lopes. Just gets the wrong side of Duarte Nunes. So the loose head prop wearing number 1 fills that gap in between Brussels Devils and the man receiving the ball, which means Devils can't compete, which means it's a penalty. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Them's the rules. Devils line out, by contrast, going very nicely indeed, and that's a nice quick ball and a good line. Can't quite get in behind. Oh, they've turned it over. They've been pretty lethal at the breakdown, Lusitanos. And off they go. It is scruffy and scrappy, but it's quick, and that is something Brussels Devils can't compete with. Baptista. Lusitanos know they can probably run the legs off the Devils. Alas, the referee brings play to a halt again. And Brussels Devils have lost a player. Yellow card is shown. And that's a big blow. And is now the time. Lusitanos get the drills right and managed to convert inside the 22. It's a good carry from Vasconcelos. And they are queuing up for it now. This, the biggest test of the Brussels Devils goal line defence yet. Oh, and they've won the penalty. Absolutely outstanding resilience. But missed touch, and Lai is on hand. March helps it across. Aubry the next to go. Now Almeida. Left winger gets absolutely marmalised by Axel de Costa. Short ball, good line. Pedro Santiago Lopes finds a galloping lock in Pedro Ferreira. Lusitanos spending a lot of time in and around this part of the pitch now. Huge test of the lungs. Right ball's a good one, the line off. Vasconcelos runs a great line. He's held on by his shorts, is now lofted over the top. Another race for the left-hand side. Massive defensive effort here from the Brussels Devils, but how long can it possibly last? They were already down to 14. Now they're playing the 9. They just started to make some questionable decisions here, and that's what happens when the pressure mounts. Coming up to the quarter waypoint. Early penalty from Maxence Nicolas. Oh, it's another fluffed line out. But that is well taken before it's eventually knocked on. And then a great finish by Tomasz Marks. Since then, Lusitanos winning the arm wrestle, but not managing to convert it. They've conceded 2 penalties at scrum time. Their line out absolutely all over the place. And they just keep letting Brussels Devils off the hook. With that in mind, this is a high pressure throw here for Vincent Torzia. Oh, and he's gone double tops, he's overthrown it, and it's opened the door for Vincent Torzia's throw to set up Pedro Santiago Lopes. Disaster for Brussels Devils, a free gift for Lusitanos. Oh! Well, all the mistakes the Portuguese have made, how ironic it is a Belgian mistake that gives them their second try. There was a lot going on at that line-out. Dummy jumpers, it was a big effort at double top. If it comes off, it's great, but unfortunately, Pedro Santiago Lopes, probably the easiest try he'll score all season. That is a tough, rough lesson for Brussels Devils. Easier conversion this time. But it's missed. This a scrappy old game for Lusitanos at the moment. Hugo Aubry has missed both his conversions. They've blown all kinds of opportunities in the 22. As you've already alluded to, the scrum not going well, the line-out not going well. They're conceding breakdown penalties, but still find themselves 10-3 up after 20 minutes. Brussels Devils still down to 14, going a bit deeper with this restart. And a nice clean exit kick. Oh, that looked a bit shanky, and it was out on the full. I know there's only 23 minutes gone, but fatigue affecting the decisions here. Roman Ziani in for Matteo van Holsbecker. Better line out with a contest as well, and one pass straight into the midfield. Emado there quickly, as you'd expect, using Jordan Lee Bacon, but he's lost it in the contact zone. Check back across there, dangerous with Francisco Almeida around, but thought it might be dangerous in terms of getting them in trouble. Turns out it's dangerous because Almeida's nearly taken his head off with the high tackle. Right, Devils getting their hands on the ball again. They're using a lot of depth to attack, but not really showing any signs of getting around the edge. So that's one phase, and they're what, 10 meters back. Now the bomb, the big kick to contest. A good tackle on Hugo Aubry and winning the penalty. That's the way to do it. The kicking game is absolutely huge. It's so important they get it right, particularly because they're not getting any go forward from the carries.
Defense. On the ref.
Good ball off the top. Again, the set piece really working for Brussels Devils. But they can't miss tackles like that because Marks is quick, hopping away, stepping past another and staying in field. Thomas Marks getting Lusitanos on the front foot with a penalty advantage as well. Vasconcelos waits at first receiver. Aubry back out at second. Here's Bacon. Just glides past the first defender. He is having a brilliant game. Australian by birth, the Portuguese family, they are very hopeful that he'll have what it takes to play for the national team. Looking for try number 3 here. Baptista slides it out wide, and that ball's been grounded. Fluid move. Celebrations from Guilherme Costa. International back rower, loitering with intent around the outside. Gets the 3rd try. And that all came from one loose kick. The line out was good. Then all of a sudden, go for the touchline on the right-hand side. Thomas Marks catches it, gets the penalty advantage. Gorgeous offload. Back rowers linking up. Things you love to see. Guilherme Costa. Touches down. Great strike. Great result, and all of a sudden it is coming together here for Lusitanos, and that is bad news for Brussels Devils. First points of the day for Hugo Aubry. Oh, a little bit of cramp. To be fair, it has been pretty frantic going out there. Oh, just a reminder that all the Rugby Europe Super Cup fixtures are available live and direct. It's our absolute pleasure to bring them to you as well. This weekend already, we've had Iberians put 50 on Delta, Bohemia Rugby Warriors, should I say, getting a really good win against the Romanian Wolves, 39-24. Slightly different format this year. Round robin of 6 teams. Top 4 will go through to the semi-finals. So we've got the Iberians from Spain, Lusitanos from Portugal. They'll be 2 of the favourites. Bohemia Rugby Warriors of Czech, Delta of Netherlands, Romanian Wolves, and the Brussels Devils, of course, of Belgium. So Iberians, so they've gone 2 from 2, defeating Delta 50-17 this week. They beat this Brussels Devils team, a very different Brussels Devils team, 66-20. So the Devils certainly have got tries in them. Good line out ball. Oh, no, not straight. And because there was a contest, that's why the referees pinged it. Yeah, so Bohemia Rugby Warriors, well, they fell to Lusitanos 42-21 in the opening week before beating Romanian Wolves. Delta got a big win over the Wolves by 40-17 before, already mentioned, losing to Iberians. And the Wolves, 2 defeats for them, 40-17 against Delta, then 39-24, so quite entertaining games, averaging over 60 points per encounter. And then once we get to the playoffs, it'll be 1 against 4, 2 against 3. So an Iberian derby, Spain against Portugal, very much the bookies' favourites. However, anything can happen. And there's usually 1 or 2 interesting results in this tournament as well. Well, this does not look good. However, the fact that the player down was kicking their legs immediately tells us that they're moving and they're conscious, and that is good news. But immediately, as soon as there was the impact there, we heard the cry of anguish, and there were players beckoning the medics on. So, conversation there between the referee and his assistant just to make sure there wasn't any foul play. And now the captain coming in for an explanation as well. Unfortunately, we've not got the benefit of the referee's mic. Well, not only is he injured, he's being shown a yellow card. I think the referee suggesting that it was a no-arm tackle. And I think not only will it be a yellow card, I think there'll be no further action. And the referee's saying, get him off the pitch. He's in pain, sir. At least let him recover. Oh, this is a double blow. Lafargue leaving the field injured, but also leaving it for 10 minutes. And look, when you're up against it, against a top outfit like Lusitanos, it's going to be a difficult task anyway. It's going to be a really difficult task when you play 20 of the first 40 minutes with 14 players on the pitch. The second yellow card for Brussels Devs. As the sky gets darker, the floodlights come on. And the men from Portugal start to plot their way to a 4th try. Again, they whip that ball into the midfield so quickly. They've got the big carriers there, Vasconcelos, Bacon. And also happy for both centres to do that carrying as well, even though they've got plenty of ball-hungry back rowers and ball-hungry front rowers. Luis Lopes, what a carry! Beautiful hands to find Aubry. And when any Portuguese team sweeps forward like that, it is a joy to watch. But what about Luis Lopes, the loose head prop, hitting lines? Wow. Vasconcelos in at 12, Bacon helping it on its way, and here goes Almeida! Try number 4. Alfredo Almeida on the end of another beauty. It's like watching the Red Arrows, sometimes completely undefendable. But it's 1-15 doing a job. We're only seeing the last phase here. Nicely timed pass by Bacon, but look at that. Almeida hitting the ball at pace. Not even a step, just a swerve. Keeps going full gas all the way. And Brussels Devils punished once again for going down to 14. One from 3 off the boot of Aubrey. He was involved in the try. Heavily strapped right leg. But he's found his range now. He's kicked his last 2. $24 points to 3. Starts to look a little bit comfortable, doesn't it? Particularly because those 24 points are unanswered. Brussels Devils open the scoring. Gone competitive again. Oh, it's unlucky. Unlucky from Paul Gerrard. Caught a beautiful high hanging kickoff to start the game. Tried to do the same there. Tough though. With the hands above the head. Well, that early strong scrummaging from Brussels Devils is really being challenged now. And it's the left-hand side. Lusitanos attacking again. Marks getting away from defenders, gliding up the left wing, finding the offload as well. Oh, it's another try. Alfredo Almeida. Thomas Marks tearing it up. Alfredo Almeida poaching on the inside line. 2 tries in 2 minutes for the left winger. And confidence growing by the minute. Oh, what about this one? Thomas Marks, though, just glides so aware. Francisco Almeida, the open side, was desperate for it. He wanted the kick in behind. And now Hugo Aubrey is saying, I could do this all day. 5 tries, 3 conversions, 29 points. It is starting to look like a long afternoon here at Dendermonde Rugby Club for the Brussels Devils. 31 points to 3. Roman Ziani takes that one quickly. Look how quickly Lusitanos are up, though. Two and a half minutes for the Brussels Devils to negotiate before the half-time whistle. They'll actually begin the second half with 14 as well, unless, of course, there are a couple of minutes added for whatever reason at the end of this half. Well, that's been missed, though, and it's bounced up into Brussels' hands. That's one thing they've done well. Oh, no, it's an advantage to the men in red. Baptista in at scrum half. And here they go again. So much joy up the left-hand side. Little chip in behind, but there's a player back there, but he's swarmed by red jerseys. Would you believe it? Another penalty. I'll tell you what, if Lusitanos go for the posts here, I'll buy you all dinner. No, they're going to tap and go. Crossfield, is there space? Oh, no. Let's see. Vasco Baptista hanging out there, but it was a good take, good awareness from Timothy DeVos. Surprised they went for that, given that there were Brussels Devils out there. Jordan Lee Bacon could let that bounce. Marquis, Costa. Bacon again. Oh, a little spring in that step. Just gets him over the game line nicely. And then the scrum half gets whacked on a loose pass. Ruins the attack. Oh, started well, didn't it? And then the pass in behind. Clock in the red, but just a reminder that our clock isn't linked in with the referee's watch, so there might be a little bit of extra time here, particularly with the injuries and the yellow cards. Half-time whistle can't come quick enough for Brussels, though, can it? Oh, penalty. Lusitanos off their feet. And that will be half-time. A bright start for Brussels Devils was quickly cancelled out. Lusitanos, as you might expect, dominant in most aspects of the game. They've scored some fabulous tries. A brace towards the end of the half for Alfredo Almeida. As Hugo Aubrey found his kicking boots. Brussels Devils staying out to start the post-mortem and think about how they get back into this half of rugby. Well, the half is done. They've got one half to go, and it was a half that largely belonged to Lusitanos. They coughed and spluttered to begin with, but now they are purring. In half-time, it's Brussels Devils 3, Lusitanos 31. Well, this is the tail of the tape. 5 tries, 3 conversions to just the 1 penalty. Brussels Devils not really with any opportunity, not really having any discipline to get themselves the opportunity either. Thomas Marks scoring in the corner. Looked as though he'd been bundled into touch from our angle, but it was an immediate response from the Maxence Nicolas penalty. Lobsch, Costa, Almeida, 3 of them converted by Aubrey. Good tries as well. Really stretching the Brussels Devils, who are a lot more stretchy, given that they had 2 yellow cards and an injury to boot. But now, to the applause of the fans, they're going to take a breather as we take a look at the tail of the half. Maxence Nicolas opened the score, and it was a bright start from the Devils, but then this happened. Jordan Lee Bacon puts Thomas Marques into, well, I would say space, but it wasn't space. He made his own. Got through 2 defenders to finish that. Yeah, from this angle, just looked as though he'd run out of road, but no. Somebody put a try line there for him to cross. Then, just as we were praising Brussels Devils set piece, an overthrow opened the door for Pedro Santiago Lopes to crash over. A real free gift, and so unfortunate for Brussels Devils, who up to that point were defending their try line resolutely. Then there were some lovely hands. Again, it started from a Tomas Marques break, and then the captain Batista finding Guilherme Costa, who goes into the corner. This is when Hugo Aubrey found his chicken boots and drains that one from the touchline. Then it started to get really fun. Lusitanos full of confidence. Marques and Bacon combining to put Almeida in. He cruises into the corner, cracking finish. And then up the left-hand side, as we take another look at this. That one was converted. And then we saw Marques spin the wheels again, going up the left-hand side. Time in the pass to absolute perfection. Couldn't really have gone on his own. Nice change of line from Almeida to go inside, not outside. He finishes. That was converted. Yeah, you can see Almeida, the 7, trying to prevent Almeida, the winger, from scoring. No chance. And the conversion. Tries like that deserve 7 points. That's what it got. So half-time here, 31-3 to the visitors, and we'll be back for the second half.
appelle, et cette chose-là, c'est lâcher dans l'extérieur avec un appel. Et donc là, on a le fil. Non, le vol, est-ce que c'est... Alors, c'est pas la bonne surprise, non. Il a derrière. Ouais, hein. Non, c'est la sortie qui est rentrée pour le début. Donc, je sais vraiment pas. Elle a même dit, peut-être que c'est le. C'est pas le modèle de caméra, tu vois. Parce que c'est bien en ligne, comme en gros. C'est un check ça, déjà. Je sais vraiment pas ce que c'est. On a dû changer la caméra éventuellement. Ou essayer avec celle de. Là, on a essayé avec deux caméras déjà. Ils ont essayé avec celle de Madeleine. Ouais. Aucune des deux. Ouais.
Welcome back, everybody. The floodlights are on. It's got dark pretty quickly here in Belgium, and I'm not necessarily just talking the weather either. It's a tough second half incoming for Brussels Devils, unless something changes. The top two, their full-time scores. Iberians defeating Delta 50 points to 17, and Bohemia Rugby Warriors beating the Romanian Wolves 39-24. Lusitanos of Portugal looking to make it 3 away wins out of 3 away fixtures in this second round of the 2025 Rugby Europe Super Cup. So what did you make of that then? Strange, isn't it? Because Brussels Devils have conceded a lot of tries and not really looked like scoring any, but they've done some excellent work. They've defended resolutely at times. The set piece has been pretty strong. Annoyingly, the one error in the set piece has led to the try for the hooker, Pedro Santiago Lopes. But as Lusitanos come back out, they'll have been largely disappointed with the first quarter, but the second quarter, flawless. They're playing with that identity that we've become accustomed to with Portuguese rugby, a confident swagger, a backline, all of whom are comfortable taking defenders on, forwards as well, who are comfortable moving the ball. It's a great brand, and with many of the players in today's team having featured for the under-18s, the under-20s, they'll be hoping that they continue the progress of the golden generation who got some astounding results at the last World Cup. So Dries de Keyser has come on. He started the game against Iberians. So Lafargue was given the yellow card, but got the injury, but was given the yellow card at the same time. always time for press-ups. You've got to get a pump on, particularly if the cameras are on you. There is Dries de Keyser next to Felipe Gerety, versatile back rower Gerety. How often do you see it when the players are out and ready to go before the match officials? Ha! They'll get there eventually. Oh, hopefully. That gentleman in the white hoodie is a technical whiz, and it'd be great if we got some referee mic for the second. Just love to hear the dialogue between the match official and the players, to the point where when we don't hear it, I miss it. What about you at home? Love to know where you're watching from as well. Love to know how far the reach of the Rugby Europe Super Cup is, particularly with other great rugby going on at the moment. Premiership and URC. But this little corner of the rugby world, really pleased to bring to you this constantly evolving tournament, of course, that will have a new champion this year, no matter who gets their name on the trophy, because no black lion in the competition. Second half underway. Hugo Aubrey puts the right boot through. Good. High take under the lights. And some defending to do early on then for Lusitanos. Timothy Scrivens offers up the box kick. It's comfortably taken, but an offside penalty. They've just not helped themselves at all, have they, Brussels Devils? At no point have they made life easy for themselves. It's about to get very, very difficult again. Hugo Aubrey finds a decent touch. Pedro Santiago Lopes, one try already. Oh, this time he's not thrown it in straight, so a real let-off for the Devils.
15 is the mark. 15 is the mark.
See if they can get this scrum going again. First scrum of the second half. Van Parijs, Torzia and Verels looking. Lopes and Lavosh in the eye. Let's see Vasconcelos readying himself for the contact zone as well. A lot of pressure going through that front row. But it's gone straight up with no obvious winner, so it'll be a reset. Now these scrum resets, these become a conditioning drill as well. Speaking to some front rowers about this, and they say it's not necessarily your lungs, but your legs that get incredibly tired if it's reset after reset after reset. So Devils ball, Timothy Scrivens. The experienced scrum half at this level. Oh, again, the pressure coming on from Lusitanos, but it's Jose Lavos on the right-hand side, a tight head, who's just popped up and he's looked to turn the screw. Just hear the referee say they're losing the bind and pushing inside. So that'll be a call that's come in from the far side, because it's not the side that the referee's on. But that's 3 penalties won at scrum time now for the Devils. Changes being made then. Scrum half and wingers for the Devils. Diego Dorsin coming on wearing number 21. And Marius de Hoos coming on wearing 23. So Timothy Scrivens and Maxence Nicolas replaced. 2 of the experienced players. But this is a great tournament for giving exciting players opportunities to prove themselves and hopefully progress to the senior national team. Vasconcelos, now a big ball over the top, looking for Almeida, who's on a hat-trick. He's taking the long way round here, needs some support. Shot down low, but keeps on going. Real hustle about that from Almeida. Chip into space, Baptista gives chase, and Devils in coffin corner. Another player down with cramp. What's that for Lusitanos? A shortage of sodium in the diet, perhaps? So that's the nudge. Into the corner. Just trying to watch it there. So Baptista attempting to play on. Devils thinking, oh, come on. The ball's gone out. In the end, we're all just having a little breather. Confirmation of the replacements. And in fact, the replacements coming thick and fast here for the Brussels Devils. As the pace of the game starts to take its toll. No points yet then in the second half as the clock ticks towards, what, 5 minutes? But again, as I said at the end of the first half, a reminder that our clock not linked in with the referee's watch. A massive reception for this Brussels Devils front row replacement. Samuel Obsoma coming onto the right-hand side. Tight head replacement. Came off the bench last, comes off the bench this week. His first job is to try not to get twisted up. Oh, again, not driving straight. Lusitanos getting too excited when they think they've got the ascendancy in the scrum and just forgetting the front row fundamentals. And an easy clearance.
Again. Okay, split leg. Go back.
Well, it's not been an electric start, has it? To the second half, a little bit scrappy. But a good line out. Again, the Devils, they're always reluctant to go to the boot early on, but that's a strong carry. That's some quick ball, but what happens when it gets slow? Up the short side they go. No space around the outside. Well, hustled into touch, but the AR has spotted something there and pulled it in.
Or if you want to do some activity, you can. Rodrigo, you will enter soon.
So Jonas van den Bosche on in the front row. Oh, it's a nice play. Oh no, it's gone forward. Oh, such close proximity. Paul Gerard and Robin Vermeesch. So close to trying to punch that hole. Tomasz Batista has come on for Tomasz March. Now, Batista started at outside half last week, so it'll be interesting to see what that means now for the Portuguese backline. Does that put Aubrey back to 15 and Batista to 10, or does Batista play at full-back, or is it a bit of a carousel of ball players? Either way, gives them some really exciting options. Lusitanos trying to advertise all of them. It's still Aubrey in at first receiver, but good pressure from Devils. The pressure was so good. It's because there was infringement in there. The referee saying tackle without the ball there, which is interesting. Absolutely nobody in a rush in the second half. Great kick though. And Lusitanos find themselves in the Devils' 22 again. This looking good for Lusitanos. Some big men re-enter the fray. They've got the penalty advantage. They don't need it. The big men barrel over. It's the first points of the second half. Of course it goes to the men in red. It's Pedro Santiago Lopes who's getting the plaudits, but was he the man who got the ball down? Two tries, never a bad return for a hooker, is it? That was brutal efficiency. Yeah, he's got the ball in his hand there, hasn't he, Lopes? It has been one-way traffic. Though it's taken them 10 minutes to score in the second half. Lusitanos. (36-3). Good clean take then from Devils. Afonso Tapadinas is on now. Tight head replacement for Lusitanos there. Can see the big man with the strapping on his left arm. He'll come on at tight head prop for Jose Lavsh.
Please, let's go. Let's go.
Nice footwork from Lee. Now, can he chase his own kick? Another big blast on the referee's whistle. Calls that for crossing. Perhaps that's why Vasco Le's footwork looked so good. And this time it's Brussels Devils' turn to make their way into, yes, just about into the 22. Confirmation that Lavsh is done and Tapadinas comes in. And Jordan Bacon. I'd say that's a pretty decent game from Bacon. He's replaced by Rodrigo March, brother of Thomas March, just as capable of causing chaos as well. Now, what chaos can Brussels Devils cause? They've not really looked like scoring a try here at Dendermonde. And again, it's Lusitanos looking pretty resolute in defence. Ball was dropped, but referee says backwards. Oh, now. Oh, they've gone quickly here, and it's going to open up. This will be a try. Marius de Haas, the fastest to respond. That's a tough one on Lusitanos because the referee got in the way, so that brought the advantage to an end. Marius de Haas was right by the referee, on the mark, so could take the tap penalty, and there was nobody at home. You can see Thomas Batista thinking, oh no, not me, absolutely no chance at all. Well, it's not always just the bounce of the ball that can confuse and amaze in rugby union. Oscar van Boxelare, his first kick of the day. Now Maxence Nicolas is no longer on the pitch. It's the lefty who takes over. And takes over to good effect. Brussels Devils 10, Lusitanos 36. 15 second half minutes gone. Hugo Aubry. Oh, that's been dropped. Every single part of that was well executed, apart from the catch for Brussels Devils. Now half a gap here for Aubry to feed the speed. Little dummy from Batista. Lusitanos desperate for the ball to go out to the left-hand side, but again, Brussels Devils pressuring the breakdown. The man holding on is penalised. Oh, it's 36-10, but a number of times Brussels have turned it over inside the 22.
Number 5 and number 2. 5, 2. Number 5. Captain. Number 5.
So Ujez Bastine comes on for Yoko. Confirmation that Opsama replaces Varel, so 2 new props then for Brussels Devils. Oh, they're challenging that, but is that the right place to kick to compete? Trying to create a bun fight in that part of the pitch. They've coughed the ball up. Nice ball to Mark, gets that out to Batista. Batista, wiry, and beats the first defender, and has a good go at the second defender too. Another charging run from Lopes. Another penalty advantage. Brussels Devils not rolling away. Short ball to Tapadina. Into the 22 they go.
No, you're okay, but we are on advance. No. Good luck. Not rolling.
Changes in the engine room too.
You have one more PK for in front of kicker. You have one
Luis
more PK
Abadesh coming in.
for in front of kicker. This PK or there? Okay. Here for in front of kicker. Gaspard, moi ici. En place. Black.
Over to the big men again. They've already got 1 try. Pedro Lopes is on a hat-trick. He's got 2 already. He's in position here. And he's got the ball tucked in. Is it going to be a hat-trick for the hooker? They're over. Is it down? Referee says no. He's going to have to wait a little longer, the number 2. How much longer? Lusitanos going to have to wait for try number 7. Around the corner they go. Still just short. Little snipe at it. First touch for Luis Morena. Pedro Ferreira is going to be the next to go. Devils doing well, but not well enough. And Pedro Ferreira rides the challenge and touches down for try number 7. That takes Lusitanos up over 40. Ferreira, one of the players with international quality. You could just tell by how composed he was there. Because he rides the first collision. They've hit him pretty quickly, realised his momentum was going around the outside, just allowed him to sail away. Use that big heft to get 5 more points. It'll remain at 5 because that one's missed. Nice clean exit. Still 20 minutes of this to go. Just a reminder, the Brussels Devils conceded 66 points last week, and they're not going to be too far off conceding that here if it continues the way it's going. Replacement in the front row, Edmundo Ferreira coming in, wearing number 17 again. Was on the bench last week, keeping it super consistent.
Captain red. That's right. Right foot on the mark. Right foot on the mark. Hooker. Hooker. There is the mark.
Antonio Campos, replacement scrum half.
Coach. Bind. Set. Hold.
Oh, this time it's Lusitanos with the penalty before the ball was even in. Devils had put a knee down. Referee didn't like it. And that'll mean Tomas Batista again will pump the ball into the Devils' half. And this must very much feel like Groundhog Day for the men in black. Oh, there we go. The knee drops there. As soon as the knee drops, you can't support your weight, you can't push in the scrum, you can't defend the push. And the referee on his side as well. You've just got no chance of getting away with it. Loose ball, Brussels Devils ball. Good pressure. Still lifting quickly in the defence. Really good energy about the way that they're coming up, but plenty of fresh legs though off the bench now. Interestingly, Hamash Amado still out there, even though it's Campos who's putting the ball in at scrum time. So they've got two outside halves and two scrum halves on the pitch at the moment of Lusitanos. Again, just playing total football, aren't they? Still 15 minutes of this one to go. Good phase play from Brussels Devils. But after they've played the phases like this, what they've tended to do is run out of ideas, then just go backwards. They do have a penalty advantage here, though. Good take by Vasco Lai. But they're all offside. Good penalty opportunity here. Needs to be a good kick. Get them as deep into the 22 as they can. That's a good enough effort from there. Long kick from the middle of the pitch. And them straying offside there might explain quite why they look like they're applying so much pressure. What can Devils do here then? It's been a much more competitive second half. 2 tries to 1 in favour of Lusitanos. Another penalty coming here. Side entry from the Portuguese. De House, the try scorer, gets them going. They've stretched Lusitanos here. The cover defence is good. Vasco Lai comes across the cover. Hang on advantage. Those two cheated replacement props, desperate to get their hands on the ball. They miss them out. Lovely ball. Trying to get it into space, but it's been overrun. Oh, knocked on then offside. to get some points, wouldn't they? Whilst they were down to 14. They really punished Brussels Devils both times.
Right. Keep the gap. Keep the gap. Stay on the mark. Okay. Keep the gap. Close to the gap.
Devils in the 22, looking for try number 2. It's been a much improved second half. Another penalty. Lusitanos just going to pieces in terms of discipline here. It's all got a bit scrappy and scruffy. Can Devils tidy it up? Little nudge in behind. This is what we were talking about with running out of ideas. That kick was never going to work. But it is the chance to go to the set piece. The set piece has been going well.
Okay, this one for not rolling. Scrum code.
Oof, they're going for the scrum. That is a massive shout. Absolutely huge, but does open up space. Chance to get backs on backs. Robin Wedlake waiting to the right-hand side of the scrum. You've got Oscar van Boxelare. Oh, sorry, that is Diego Dossan now, waiting in the boot. Van Boxelare waiting at first receiver. He's pushed Wedlake outward. But they've got to get the scrum right here. Lusitanos putting the pressure on. Penalty advantage, though, to Brussels Devils. Now it comes out of the back. Attacking the line, but they delayed the pass a little bit too long. But Brussels Devils knocking on the door here. De House out the short side. Great tackle to stop the man. Ball's been left behind. Still with the penalty advantage. Big effort from Samuel Opsommer. Him and Van den Bosch, very popular front row replacements. Another go from short range. Referee taking a really good look at this. Another advantage. Well, the arm's gone up. This is going to be another yellow card for Lusitanos. Offside from Vasco Baptista. So the captain has been sent to the bin. Well, in fact, no, it was the captain that was called over. It's Luis Lopes who's been sent to the bin. That is 2 yellow cards in 5 minutes for Lusitanos. And Brussels Devils going for the scrum again. Well, this is actually a really smart move because they've lost a front rower, so they're going to have to make a substitution to bring on a front rower. And that means they'll be down to 12 players. So they're bringing on Antonio Magalhães, not included in the squad last time because it was Lopes who came off the bench. So he is going to come straight in to a defensive scrum. Really smart move here. They've lost Rodrigo Marsh. And yes, they're going to play the next 5 minutes with 12 and they'll finish the game with 13. This is absolutely staggering. Magalhães comes in the scrum cap. And Lusitanos out wide are playing a massive game of your man. Ziani, wearing 15, desperate to get his hands on the ball, but the scrum is good. It spills out, and the penalty try is given. Now, does that mean another yellow card is coming?
Behind the kicker. Tackle, release. Goes it back.
So no yellow card's been given for the penalty try. It's very common, but it's not in the laws of the game. Oh my goodness, and now Brussels Devils giving away penalties. And massive credit here to Lusitanos. It would be so easy to just slow the game down here. There's 7 minutes remaining. Instead, they just want to play. You've got to admire it. 17-41. So Brussels Devils actually winning this second half by 14 points to 10. It was 3:31 at half-time. So change being made. Vasco Batista coming off. We thought he'd been yellow carded, but no, it was Luis Lopes. He is being replaced by Lourenço Durão. It was a big start in the under-18s and the under-20s. They've got really high hopes for this young back rower. And he might get into the game immediately. Instead, Vasconcelos. This is quick ball, good ball. Costa, one try already. Lusitanos pouring forward, playing with tempo. Pedro Ferreira. Oh, great tackle. I mean, Devils have got so many numbers here, but they're still crying out wide, and they've won another penalty. That is one part of the game where they have been absolutely outstanding today, defending their own line. Winning penalties on the turnover. There's the collision. Coming in straight over the top, hands on the ball. The referee likes what he sees from a Brussels Devils perspective. I think the players and coaches would have liked what they've seen in the second half. Jonas van den Bosche. Ball just in behind, confirmation that the captain has been replaced. And Devils trying to find some joy, probing up the left-hand side that brought Lusitanos so much joy in the first half. Good take. A decent snipe up the right-hand side as well. Still looking to get the ball through the hands. Still absolutely no sign of slowing down here from the Portuguese. Probably be frustrated that the points have dried up. Not scored since the 60th minute when Ferreira went in to take them up to 41. Definitely won't want to be scoreless for a quarter of the game, but with that in mind, they have got a lot of yellow cards, given away a lot of penalties, and been down in this game, in this second half. Been a much better contest, hasn't it? Good chop tackle now. Can Devils get over the ball? No, says the referee. Quentin Juga called off it. Batista helps it into the midfield.
Not in front, right! Behind the kicker, please! Wait, wait, wait!
This one's going to go high into the night sky. They've done all right with the kick to compete of the Devils. But lost that ball. Nice hands there from Magalhães. Replacement front rower. Knock-on advantages don't last too long. Into the final couple of minutes. Oh, wow. There's a hand on that. Referee says just penalty. Not worth giving a yellow card. He's already given both teams two. His pen will be running out of ink.
Not straight with contest.
Costa stretching out the calves. He's got some scrummaging to do on the flanks after that ball isn't straight. And into the last 60 seconds we go.
Not straight. Stability after set, okay? Don't push before. Shoulder out, please. Shoulder out. Keep it straight. Crouch. Bind.
Again, penalty at scrum time. It looked as though it was Magalhães wearing 16, flat on his stomach. But again, it's a limb down from the Devils. So will the last laugh go to Lusitanos here? It's been a strange last 20 minutes of this game. The result was pretty much done at the half, but huge credit to the Belgians. They've really dug in here. It'd be easy to roll over and have their tummy tickled, particularly against the Portuguese team. Absolutely love to run it from anywhere and everywhere. Good competition for that ball, and that is a brilliant take. Took Luis Moreira's lunch money there. Are these the final acts? They're going to kick to compete as well. Keep the ball on the pitch. Try and give us one more score. Oh, win it back too. Little burst up the left-hand side. Need to keep this ball in play. Clock's in the red. The Brussels Devils looking to end on the front foot. Oh, was there space outside there? Batista did well to close the door. Now Lusitanos looking for the turnover, but losing his footing. Oh, after 80 minutes, this ball in play time will be brutal on the lungs. The Brussels Devils would love another try, knowing that Lusitanos still a man down. Batista. Ball's still in play. What's it been now? Is there space? Oh, the pass needed to be good, but it's gone forward. And the full-time whistle goes. It's 2 wins out of 2 for Lusitanos. It's all away wins in the Rugby Europe Super Cup this week. But crumbs of comfort for Brussels Devils. They won the second half. It's 2 tries each. Put enough pressure on Lusitanos to pick up some yellow cards. But it is the Portuguese, with these young players, the future of the national team, who pick up another victory. 41-17 it finishes. What a fascinating game. Looked as though the Portuguese were going to run away with it, but was not the case. So we look forward to next week, where Brussels head to the Bohemia Rugby Warriors. Iberians facing the Wolves. Lusitanos against Delta. The action coming thick and fast in the Super Cup. So we'll hopefully be hearing from the winners and losers, coaches and players alike, as well as giving you some highlights. Another look at the tries. I mean, the opening try in the autumn sun. Looked a lot. Well, felt like a long time ago, didn't it? But some excellent performances on both teams. For Brussels Devils, particularly in the pack, and the subs bench came on and made a massive difference as well. Marius de Hoest adding a little bit of tempo. As for Lusitanos, Tomasz Marks in the first half, absolutely awesome to watch, attacking from deep. Your classic Portuguese fullback, if you will. Alfredo Almeida picking up a couple of tries towards the end of the half. Great to see the back rows linking up as well, although largely capped. The captain Batista, Francisco Almeida, Guilherme Costa. So what went well for Devils? They scrummaged well, won a lot of penalties, thought the line-out was good. What did they struggle with? Probably a little bit of gain line, but against an organised Portuguese defence, that was always going to be the case. However, look at this, playing at home, getting the applause from the crowd. It is a small but very engaged rugby community here. That was the opening points. Maxence Nicolas, followed by the opening try. Marks for the corner, under duress from 2 defenders. They thought they'd got him. He had other ideas. Opportunist try from Pedro Lopes, the hooker. Dots that ball down on the line after the overthrow. It's pretty much the first time the Devils' line-out went badly. And when it went badly, it really went badly. Big shame. Oh, what an offload that was. Batista and Costa linking up. And then Aubrey, having missed his first couple of conversions, draining that one from the touchline. The lead, well, got bigger and bigger. Alfredo Almeida, a menace on the left wing. He went in for 2 tries just before the half. And at half-time, 31-3, it looked like they were going to rack up an absolutely enormous score. Nothing really changed our opinion of that. This was the second try, by the way. Lovely break from Tomasz Marks. And then on the inside line, Almeida, it was a nice little change from him as well. Went from the outside to the inside. Watch him change here, just when he realises that's where the space is. Knew he was quicker than Geraghty. Nothing that Timothy Devos could do to defend that. This one was converted too. So yes, no tries for Brussels Devils at half-time. It was 31-3. Then the big man went to work. Pedro Lopes getting his second try. I mean, he touched it down, but they need to find a way to credit the rest of the pack on tries like that. The flag stayed down, and this was the tap and go. This was Marius de Hoest. Bit of fortune about how they came about the penalty. The referee got in the way, so brought the advantage to an end. But if he's happy for them to go quickly, then go quickly they will. Oscar van Boxilare, his first and only points of the game. And then the try awarded from short range. Pedro Ferreira riding the contact and using his ample frame to touch down. Then a period of dominance, really, for Brussels Devils. Who hopefully will be looking at the positives here. Of course, losing is frustrating, and disappearing out of the game for long enough for Lusitanos to disappear is frustrating. But the character shown in that second half shows that they are on to something. Right, time to hear from some interviews.
Okay, thank you for this interview. First of all, what a great game today. What were the key elements in your success today?
Thank you. I think the key element was the physicality we got from minute 1 to minute 80. Pretty happy with the effort from my boys, from the physicality we bring against such a massive and physical team. I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay, thank you.
He's pretty happy with that. Yeah, physicality, lots to learn, but 2 wins from 2, they can't complain. Let's hear from Brussels Devils now, and the coach Sebastian Guns.
Okay, Seb, thank you for your reactions. What are your thoughts after the game?
Well, it was difficult for us in first half. At this game, when you start to fight in second half, it's not enough. You can win. The second half was better for us. We are more involved, and the player who come in the game was really positive for us.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Working on the positives, which is good. And they have to. They're not going to win every game here, but when you're looking at a different group of players, a different 15, a different 23 from week to week, you know you're not going to necessarily get the wins against the top sides, but if they're playing it in a manner that he likes, if they're concentrating on the positives, and the positives were good set piece, good line out, strong over the ball, defending their own 22. Areas to improve, finding more punch, finding more go forward. Well, let's hear from the Brussels Devils captain now and see if he's also seeing the positives.
Okay, Felipe, thank you for sharing your thoughts. What was missing from your team today?
I think especially in the first half, a little bit of energy maybe, a little bit of, slow down the game a bit. We missed that, and they play fast, they play wide, and yeah, that was it. After 20 minutes, we were going behind them more than stop and play our game.
Okay, thank you.
You mentioned the first half there. They need to wash that away and concentrate on how good the second half was, because the second half was very, very good indeed. You can see those fans pouring back into the clubhouse afterwards as well. Hopefully, they're all going to enjoy a night after an excellent game, and that is what rugby is all about. Doesn't matter if it's the international game at the World Cup or the Sunday with your mates. Let's hear now from our fourth and final interview from Lusitanos.
Right, Simon, thank you for this interview. What are your feelings after the victory?
Yeah, we're very happy with the way our guys attacked the game. They played in a really good spirit and wanted to keep the ball alive, move the ball, play fast. All the things that have made Portugal rugby interesting to watch in the last few years. And I thought our young players showed a lot of courage in defence, tackled very well, and you know, we got a really good result here tonight. That's so important for the development of this young team.
Right, thank you. Congrats to win.
Cheers.
Next. Saying how pleased he was. Well, he will be pleased because 7 tries to the Brussels Devils, 1 penalty try in there as well for the Brussels Devils. The game was done in the first half, really, but which team is going to take the momentum, the positives, into next week? That's the tale of the tape. It was Brussels Devils who opened and closed the scoring. Unfortunately for them, when they got their first and 17th points, Lusitanos managed to get 41 points in between. They were worthy winners, but sometimes the scoreboard doesn't always tell the story of the 80 minutes. This is what it means for the standings then. No surprise to see Iberians and Lusitanos at the top. They're 2 from 2. Bohemia Rugby Warriors and Delta, if the tournament finished tomorrow, would take spots 3 and 4 and make their way to the semi-finals. But good news for Wolves and Devils, the tournament doesn't finish tomorrow. Still plenty more match days starting next week before we take a breather. And then there'll be a couple more rounds in December. Make sure you join us for all of them. Every game available free via Rugby Europe TV. This is what round 3 looks like. Iberians versus Wolves. You can join me for that one, actually. That's on the Friday. Then on the Saturday, Lusitanos versus Delta. The Dutchman heading to Portugal. And Brussels Devils looking to get their first victory. But it is going to be a tough trip to the Bohemia Rugby Warriors, who picked up that very impressive win over Romania Wolves. And they'll be desperate for a semi-final. But that is round 2 done and dusted. Have a great week. We'll see you for round 3.